Well, first of all, I think Eric Lawrence is a great supportive AD. Beyond that, I felt, and I approached it this way, that we were maybe just a little behind in this way. In the VIC, I think there are only two other schools, Carlisle and one other school, Miller School, excuse me, who don't have an active outdoor track team. And so, although we don't have a track, at the same time, I felt like we could put together a program that would be a good experience for the students and make it happen and start to build that sort of athlete pool with girls and boys to create a viable track team moving forward. And you have to start somewhere.
Yeah.
We do, actually quite a few, and it's kind of been building even this week. I've had a couple of athletes approach me saying, can I get involved in the relays? Or I'm interested maybe in throwing the shot put. And I believe that would happen in that track offers so many events. And I felt like once we started going, once we started building the program, individuals who weren't already involved in another sport this spring might see this as an opportunity to do something that's new and maybe do something that goes along with their training plan. So a football player who's already working out in the weight room, doing some sprint work, this is a nice opportunity to do something that goes along with the kind of training they're already doing. No track. No track. We're not, we're not the first ones to kind of face this dragon. There are many schools that don't have indoor tracks, and they do indoor track during the winter, even when the track is covered with snow, so they can't use their outdoor track. And they use the halls and the stairs, and you just have to be creative. And it's not a perfect scenario, but you work with what you have. And having worked with cross country for a number of years, I feel like I sort of have a lot of ideas as far as where we can do certain things. So originally I threw this out as we would go either 4 or 5 days during the week and then have a practice on one of the tracks on Saturday morning just to allow us some actual track time, which although I could say we can work without a track, it's valuable to have that. You want to have that to build the tactics and skills and do the relay work and all of that, that really you need that facility to sharpen your skills and sharpen your tactics. Some of my more experienced athletes, Chester Pruitt, for instance, or Patrick Daly, I've worked with them for so long that we have a plan in place going into it. And we'll shift events, but we already have some goal events where we know by the end of the season, we want to be here. For some of the other athletes, they're just going in kind of with their eyes open, looking, listening, thinking about what might work, and we'll try different events. For some of them, we don't really know whether they would be better at 400 meters or 800 meters or, the mile, or whether they may be 100, 200 meter people. So in that sense, we'll try some different events and just see what clicks. The coach at Hidden Valley ran a great meet, and initially it was supposed to be 10 schools, but because of the weather, about 5 of the schools backed out. So it ended up being a 5-school meet, which was the perfect size. And it had that feel of an early season meet. Even in the 200 meters, you had some people who started with starting blocks and some people who didn't. You saw people who would throw the discus, and instead of that beautiful arc that you would see, it would fly end over end and just die like a lame duck. So, and they saw that, and they saw, wait a minute, we may be new, but other people are new too. So to have Chester Pruitt win the 1600 meters, get third in the 800 meters, second in his heat, and just be 0.2 of a second out of second place. And there were something like 22 competitors in the 800. A lot of people, a lot of speed. And so that's exciting. But Billy Chai, Sam Carlin, did a great job. The fact that we had people who were competitive from the get-go against schools like Hidden Valley and William Fleming and Northside, that said we can do this. We can do this. Even against some of the big public schools in our area, we can do this.